Oh, what's happening, people? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Straight Jacket podcast 239. It's a Monday evening in the UK, and where better to start your Monday evening with the Straight Jacket podcast every Monday. And yeah, man, big up to the panel. We got Nuradin in the building. Nuradin, what's going on? What's happening? What's the life saying? Everything blessed? You're not getting rattled online, are you? Is everything all right? Like, what's going on?
The funny thing is that actually I never get rattled online, as you know.
Yeah.
I rattle a lot of people, especially the Murta Mandem, the Murta
Yeah.
stands.
Yeah.
So they've been coming for me, but you know what they get in it. They get Charlie Murphy, mate. I'm dashing out Charlie Murphy all over the show, mate. Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy get dashed all over the show. So we're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit better today in Manchester than what it was yesterday.
Last night I got caught in the rain, man. Big up to Nagy, man. I met Nagy yesterday and it was hammering it down yesterday in Manchester. So it's a bit better, a bit warmer, you know what I mean? A bit more cooler, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's better than what happened yesterday, man. But good to see you as well. Brian, how are you? Everything all good in the Belgium side? What's saying?
Everything is calm. Just came back from what is it? A team event with football. So we went away for a few days in Bruges. So that was fun. We did like just some stuff together, and then today got back as well. I'm still knackered, still tired, and then like
Yep.
everyone just said, the weather has been bad here, so everything just flips. Now you lot got the good weather, we got the bad weather. So it is what it is.
Yeah. That's what happens, man. That's what happens, man. But big up to everybody who's here. Please smash the like button on the video. That will help the channel massively. Get the likes up. And yeah, people talk about Mbappe in the chat. Listen, man, bro, like they've literally just in the last minute right now, PSG have accepted the 300 million bid, which is it was around 256 million for killing Mbappe. That doesn't really mean anything because anyone can accept a bid, but you have to agree personal terms. The player then has to agree and so damn man, it's crazy, but it has raised the question online in terms of the money involved. And I start with you, Brian, in terms of just in general, what's going on. Do you agree with it? Do you think it's ruining football, as people say, and all of this and that? Like, how do you view the Mbappe kind of money that's obviously been touted around?
It's a bit about perspective, because if you look at the last few years when the Premier League is taken over, a lot of other leagues would say the same thing about the Premier League when they came in with the big money bids and with the big wages. So it's a natural process, and we've been seeing players go to Saudi Arabia. But it was more like the BT players, and if a player like Mbappe goes, that's a big statement, especially for players that might want to go but they doubt about their reputation. I don't think it's gonna go. I think Mbappe is only one of the few players throughout the last years that actually has shown that he cares a bit more than just money and everything else. So it's going to be interesting to see if he goes, if he agrees terms. But yeah, it's just a period of football where we've seen it with China, we've seen it with Russia for a while, with Angie a few years ago as well. So it's always
Yeah.
going to happen where just clubs or countries are going to come in. This is more money than those other two countries, but yeah, it happened a lot of times. So I'm not really stressed. I think the real footballers that want to be here, they're staying, and obviously the ones that want to have a payment plan or a good cash out moment, then they'll go in it. But that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah. You know what though? It's one of them for me, man. Nuradin. I don't think it's gonna go away, this Saudi money, unless obviously like a plan is involved and you know what I mean, the way Saudi Arabia's budget like is putting the money into it and etc. etc. If that is kind of obviously looked at, then I don't see the money going away, Nuradin. This is a country that's very, very wealthy. They put money into sport, they put money into boxing, wrestling. There's a lot of things they put money into. I don't see it possibly going away. But do you agree with the notion that it's ruining football? And because a lot of people are out there, it's ruining football. And well, in reality, he says it. Remember Italian football back in the 90s? Remember English football now? Everybody ruins football in their own way. But is this a scale that's gone a bit above, or do you think it's one of them where money talks?
Money, 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 money. That's how it is, man. Money talks everywhere, mate. In this in this world, money talks. So I'd be absolutely shocked if Mbappe was to go to the Saudi Arabia League.
Yeah.
The alarm bells then starts ringing. If Mbappe at this age right now goes to the Saudi League. Apparently they got given 17 billion to basically on all
Yeah.
to bring about their football levels. It's not just
Yeah.
in all the sports, 17 billion just for football, apparently. That's what
Yeah.
I read that somewhere. And
Investment.
that's
Yeah, you're right.
scary because apparently they won the World Cup in the next couple of years. So they want to host the World Cup in the next decade or whatever or so. So this is how they're moving. So at the end of the day, Premier League was doing that. Serie A did that. That's where all the best players were because that's where all the best money was. That's where all the hype was, all the TV rights were. It's going to be very interesting to see how many worldwide audience they can get. Yeah, they could definitely
But this will
corner
be
them.
massive, though. This will be the kind of
No,
almost one where
100%.
it's like, wow.
Listen, if he goes, 100%, it becomes he puts them on the world stage. He puts them
Yes.
Latin America. He puts them firmly in Africa. He puts them in, in the US, in the rest of Europe. He puts them on the map. Mbappe will put Saudi League on the map, but I'm very doubtful that he's gonna go. I mean, I'm just I have to see him say, I agree.
Yeah. But
We.
The thing is also with this whole Saudi Arabia thing as well is that they're trying to get this bid for one of the next World Cups.
Yeah,
that's why so that's why also they're trying to get a lot of like players that want to be ambassadors and everything. So I actually think it's gonna go away in a few years' time. Once they get their bid in and they get whatever they need from that, I think they're gonna move on and just come back to status quo, innit?
Yeah. I'd be shocked if he goes. So it's a big if he goes. A player, a club accepting a bid. People said that Barcelona accepted Frankie de Jong deal. The money
that's true. And he didn't want to leave.
Yeah, agreed with Manchester United.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's simple. He'll definitely put them on the map. But in terms of what the players that they have there already, how much that's making a massive impact on the world football. The Middle East, they'll definitely call it the Middle East and a lot of the Arab world. Some maybe the Muslim world. Arabic-speaking countries, they will corner that because it'll be on television. But Mbappe will put them on the global map, 100%. As far as what do I think? I just think it's the Premier League being bitter and twisted, isn't it? Like, talking about nobody. Listen, they've got money. You got money, but they're trillionaires. Trillion. Somebody can use another word that's bigger than a trillionaire. These are the kind of vocabulary you have to come up to describe the level of wealth in these countries. So it is what it is. They're definitely putting themselves on the map. They're definitely putting themselves on the map. But Mbappe, the Manchester United link made me laugh. I'm going to be talking about that United real.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, definitely.
Comedy FC.
We got a super chat here from Tite. He says, "What do you make of Brian's favorite player so far, Mason Mount?" Oh, hey, listen, man, is that your favorite player now? Yeah.
Nah, he's jarring. Nah, he's talking was, man. He's talking. He's not speaking the truth. He's just trying to get on my case. Yeah. I know. He's a City fan anyway, so he can leave the chat anyways. Okay, leave a like and then leave it.
All right, yeah. Big up to you, man, TT, for supporting the channel, man. But let's get into the main part of the chat right now, and that is, well, it kind of went hotted up yesterday in terms of Hojlund and Kane. The Kane leaks came out. The Kane scenario came out. It was a situation of the Spurs owner was telling Daniel Levy, who's a chairman, to basically make an ultimatum: either he signs a deal or we sell him. And then it kind of came to a situation where it was like, right, United fans were getting a bit giddy online. I was part of them, and I was like, "Ooh,
Of course.
do you wait for Harry Kane? Do you wait for Harry Kane, or do you put in a bid for Rasmus Hojlund right now?" And you say right now, you bid in Rasmus Hojlund, but you never know what could happen with Harry Kane. Yes, he might be on his way to Bayern, and that's his destination. But if there's a chance, and Man United, you know they love that chance. They know it's like with the Ronaldo situation. Nobody ever knew Cristiano Ronaldo was going to sign for Man United that summer. I don't think anybody knew. Did you know, Nuradin? Brian, I don't think you knew that Ronaldo was going to say, but it came out the blue because that's what Man United do sometimes. But do Manchester United, Nuradin, wait for Harry Kane or go for Rasmus Hojlund? People in the chat say you need both. Listen, for me, I'm going to use that old word is that it's not realistic. And I know Nuradin doesn't like that. But in an ideal world, I would want both. But this summer, I don't think it's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is think about what is possible. But Nuradin, having heard what I just said there, what in that scenario, how do you dissect it, Nuradin?
On current moment in pre-season, Manchester United are playing a winger as the as a number 9, and you're telling me what's realistic. Like, Manchester United need effing strikers, Saeed. We need effing strikers. This is Manchester United who last year made record revenues. I'm sorry, I ain't buying that shit. This club needs to go and get his act fucking together and needs to sign strikers ASAP. In terms of the negotiations with Haaland, with PSG, you know, Atlanta are pushing the PSG links. You know, the PSG, this or that, PSG, and obviously they're after a striker, and we can see that. It's a mad one. So why not put it out there that you're after Kane? Put it out there. Go hard and go. Yeah, you know what, Atlanta. Eyes are on somewhere else. So it's to me, I always go for the younger player. Obviously, there's a lot of people that love Harry Kane. I think getting both should be a realistic thing for Manchester United, because Manchester United needs to be a fucking football club, and they need to move like a football club. That, like I said last week, it's like I keep repeating myself. Our nearest rivals have done the fucking treble, and Manchester United are playing a winger as a striker in a pre-season. That's all you need to know about everything. After they briefed so hard that they were after a striker, that's why they could get loans in January.
What if I told you this? What if I said that the brief in the press that, you know, Sancho might be used as a role that might be a false 9? You know what I mean? Laurie Whitwell here saying Ten Hag was particularly encouraged with Jadon Sancho's performance against Arsenal, where he showed ability to drop deep and carry ball forwards. You know, so listen, you know what I mean? It might be a solution where Ten Hag might be thinking of that. Big up Tobes in the building says you can't afford Kane. Well, listen, where there's hope, there's something in it. You know what I mean? So we gotta believe.
I cannot believe that. Is that just for me? Did they just put Neil Lassen just put that out for me right now? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if you think that in a Premier League season that Jadon Sancho's got the ability to play false 9, and that our football team is set up to have a false 9, then you're in effing dreamland, and you need to wake the F up. You need to smell the coffee, mate. Manchester United are going to play on a transition. The teams that usually play false 9, Brian and Saeed, are what? Heavily reliant on possession football teams. Manchester United do not have ball players who can keep the ball in the last third too much. Yeah. We don't. No. I can only go by last season. We're not that great keeping the ball in the last third. So all of a sudden, we're using a winger as a false 9 when we're not set up to be a possession team. Absolutely.
Back the manager. Listen, Nuradin, that's what I get told all the time, man. So I'm going to tell you, Nuradin, back the manager. Ten Hag has a plan. Sancho in the false 9. It's the new way of playing. And back the manager. What are you moaning for, Nuradin?
No, I think you're
always moaning.
I think that's a plan B though, isn't it? Because there were certain games last season.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think there were certain
Definitely.
games last season where we were very good keeping the ball against the more weakened teams. I think the game against Nottingham Forest is a game that comes to mind. And then when we play counter-attacking football, if you don't get a striker in, it's going to be Rashford because he has been using
Yeah.
Rashford a lot as a 9 whenever we need to counter-attack. So that maybe makes sense. I'd get Kane because I love Kane and I want Kane. So yeah, I would take the gamble in it, but it's a big gamble. It's dealing with Daniel Levy again. It's also dealing with Kane. Does he really want to leave Spurs? Yes or no? That's always a big question. But I would try to get Kane because I think he's someone that was going to improve. Like when we get a striker and we know 100% he's going to improve the squad, that's Kane. With Hojlund, it's still a question mark, and I don't think Hojlund is going to PSG because I think they're gonna get Wani if they need another striker. So I think that's
Okay.
where
Yeah.
football's going to move anyways.
Yeah. Big up Lemmy, who's a member of the channel, says, question for the panel, if you don't get top 9, don't get a 9, is top 5 next season in question? Bro, if you don't get a 9, then that's in jeopardy, man, because you need a striker, man. Because that's what we just about made top 4 last season, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, we came third, but it was still a bit, the inconsistent performances. So we definitely need a number 9. But for me, like I said, the plan still is Hojlund. That's what is we're being told right now. Harry Kane is not a distraction. Harry Kane won't happen. Mbappe won't happen. It is Hojlund right now. But like I said to you, it's one of them. Like if Harry Kane doesn't go to Bayern Munich and United, like Nuradin says, have this money that is hanging around and is there, you know what I mean? We could possibly get Harry Kane. But like I said, if Man United don't want to pay the extra money, I don't want to say, you know what, we'll slap 110 million on Harry Kane. We'll slap it. We'll do it. We've done it before in the past. We'll do it again. And you know what? This time it's going to mean something. And you know what? It's probably the best time where you're over going to pay. Like, because you know Harry Kane is guaranteed goals, like Nuradin. So it's probably the best time. You know how before we kind of overpaid for certain players and whatnot. Would you want to overpay for Harry Kane now in terms of if you know his 1 year left on? Well, his contract year is going to be running out. You know, what would you say in that aspect? Overpaying because you keep saying spend the money, it's there. You know what I mean, whatnot. So why not pay the money then?
Manchester United really should go and get Hojlund, who's a young, upcoming, promising striker. And Manchester United should also go and get a 25, 26-year-old goal scorer. For me, you know my point of view. I'm done with the Simmer Frame FC. And then they bring Johnny Evans back, and they might be threatening to give him a year contract. It's like boys for the jobs for the boys. But that's a side note. Harry Kane, 30 years old, paying 100 million. That's a gamble, mate. It's a gamble, but then it's not a gamble like he said because he guarantees 30 goals. Even though I personally think he's lost a yards of pace, and that he's more of a number 10 than he is anything else. He plays on the halfway line. Yeah, he goes and joins up in the box, makes runs into the box, but he's fantastic holding up the play. I can definitely understand that. He's got great attributes, but Hojlund for me.
Now go on.
Hojlund is the deal that Manchester United have been working on. It's a deal that they want to get done, and that's the deal that they should do. But for me, Manchester United should have 2 strikers, and that's the only one I'm accepting Harry Kane. By the way, I'm not accepting Harry Kane on his own. I'm accepting Harry Kane plus some young striker.
Okay, but if you had to choose one, it would be if one only. If you had one only, it would be Harry Kane, though, right?
No, Hojlund.
So I don't understand that. So you're saying bring 2, but
because I'm sick of Simmer Frame FC, Saeed. I'm sick of Simmer Frame FC. I'm sick of Simmer Frame FC. I'm sorry to
quality. This guy could propel us to win the league.
Look,
this guy could propel us to win the league.
Ronaldo, Cavani, win the league.
But he's way younger though. He's way younger.
This guy is 29, man. He's still 29. He's still in his kind of prime.
29. Saeed, he's 30.
29 is in your prime. What did Van Persie do? And he had injury problems.
Yeah, and that team
lost the league.
Listen, that team thought they won the league at Sunderland. So that team was going for the title again. Do you think this Manchester United team is ready for the title? You guys are getting kiddie. You're telling me Harry Kane going to take us to the league title?
Yes.
Are you mad?
Yes.
I'm not going to lie to you. Harry Kane could propel United to win the league. I'm not going to lie to you. Harry Kane could be the difference of us being in a title race or not. Like, that is a genuine
We haven't got
world-class striker.
Casemiro cover. Varane, sick note Varane.
Don't worry.
We got deficiencies in this football team. We can't even sustain.
If we get Amrabat, if we get Amrabat and we do
That's
a
a big if.
player sale.
And
I'm just saying.
You know how this club moves? They'll spang all the money on one player. It's exactly the same thing of Ronaldo. We were asking for 2 midfield players.
You're underestimating who Harry Kane is, though, Nuradin.
If Harry Kane was that good, that world star beater, England would have won either the World Cup or the Euros, but they didn't. So let's stop it.
No.
Let's stop it right now. Harry Kane is a decent player, but he ain't no Robin van Persie going into that.
Oh my days!
Listen to me. He ain't no Robin van Persie. Let me finish. He's not a Robin van Persie going into a team who just missed out on the league on the last day. Manchester United team.
He's got more goals consistently than Robin van Persie year out.
Saeed, I don't think you're listening. He's not like a Robin van Persie that's going to a team. That's the bit that you and Brian missing. That just missed out on the league on the last kick of the game. Last kick of the game where we lost to Aguero moment.
We had top. That squad wasn't great, by the way.
We were the best. Yeah, we weren't great. And guess what?
Tom Cleverley in that midfield.
Yeah, and guess what? Fergie was rinsing exactly. So
that's Fergie.
I'm comparing this team to that team.
No, but hasn't Harry
Kane we've got better talent though?
But hasn't the
league and the football has changed, Saeed.
But he's proved that with a worse squad that he can perform still. He's proved that last season when they finished 8th, he scored 30 goals. I think he's proved. I think he's a player that has proved that even when the squad is worse or poor, he's still one of the players that can actually get his own goals. And that's the thing with Harry Kane. And even the comparison what you said with England, there's always other factors. This tournament is different, but I think that he always had some sort of share into Spurs' performance for the last few years. So I think he's a world-class player, and it's not always it's not always about one player that's going to make the big difference. But I think at Man United, he might be that one player. Yes, we need more depth in other positions, but he's going to be, it's going to help us just improve a lot. I don't agree
massively.
With that. Yeah.
You know, the thing is, this is where I disagree with you, Nuradin. It's where I think he propels us, and more for me than a Hojlund. Hojlund is we're playing for the future. I just look at it right now, and I think in the next 2 or 3 years, like Harry Kane coming to Manchester United just propels us. And like I said, he could be the difference of a title race, a situation where we win more cups. Hojlund, it's potential you're playing for. You are though. Whereas with Harry Kane, you can win genuinely legitimate trophies that you never know where United could be, because it's that world-class striker that everybody fears. Harry Kane is a striker that everybody fears. Let's not do this. He's a world-class striker.
First of all, Hojlund is raw and he needs to develop.
He's raw and red. Yeah.
The biggest thing, I look at it, I think I just want a younger striker that I can build with.
Long term.
Right? A guy that I can build with, that can improve, that can make his name. And I'm saying it again, the only way I'm accepting Harry Kane for 120 million if it's the rest of the team being sorted, the deficiencies in the team, which is clear for everybody to see, because some of you people are so giddy that you forgot what the last 2 months of the season were. Manchester United were done in terms of playing any decent football from February onwards. We won a shitty League Cup and we thought we won the fucking World Cup. So I don't know what you guys are smoking. You need to lay off those pipes. Manchester United tally points. Harry Kane is not adding. No, let me finish my point. I've just listened to both of you. Harry Kane is adding 25 points to Manchester United season. He's not taking it to 95 points. He's not.
He is. How can you say that? How can you say that when we missed the amount of chances we did last season? We couldn't finish off teams. You were there at Old Trafford, Nuradin, and you seen it for yourself. Man United couldn't finish chances. We were scoring 1 or 2 goals per game. Harry Kane scores them goals. Man United had the 3rd best defense last season. I don't think defensively it was our problem. It was scoring goals.
Yeah,
and that was our issue. So for you to come and say here, Man United can't get 25 points, that's ludicrous. You're absolutely off your head. Honestly, you are off your head, mate, to think that Man United can't get an extra 25 points.
Somebody
Yeah,
clip this,
clip this.
please.
Clip
Somebody
this right
clip
now
this and
because
send
United
this.
can get another 25 points. Because the amount of games we drew last season, the amount of games where, you know what I mean, like we thought there was no attack up front. We went to Anfield with Vegos up front.
Nah, you're right. You're
Vegos
right.
up
You're
front.
right.
Come on, man,
There
Nuradin.
was a situation where after the World Cup, Rashford was scoring a lot of goals, and we got closer to any other team in the league. And then when his goals started drying up or he got injured, that's why we started falling behind because we don't have goal scorers. And that's something that we need to add to this team is we don't have a lot of players that's going to score 20 plus goals in a season. But that's just the truth.
Yeah.
We only know Rashford is going to score 20 plus, and that's it. We don't have other players. And with Hojlund, it's the same question mark. I'd rather add now a striker that's going to get me certified 20, 25, 20, 30 goals a season, then someone's going to be a question mark. Because you always said as well, Nuradin, that you always wanted top quality players, and now you're going to settle for a player that is
I'm
a
not.
bit less.
I'm saying, no, I'm not. This is the point I made.
Yeah.
I'm saying I will accept 120 million for Harry Kane if a midfielder is sporting, a centre half sporting, and there's a younger striker there. That's what I will accept. I'm not saying Harry Kane, no. I'm saying fix the deficiency in this team. And you two are telling me Manchester United, top 10 teams in the league, we got clapped up, got bullied last season. And you guys are telling me Harry Kane on his own is going to make a difference. When Harry Kane, let me finish, please. Let me finish. You got to let me finish. When Harry Kane and Spurs under Pochettino, all of those ballers were in a title race and they finished fucking third. Only they can do that with Harry Cocaine Kane, and he fucking won.
You don't have to say that.
Stop telling me shit.
No, but the thing is, though,
stop lying to me. He's not giving us that. He's not giving us 25 points. He's not. Man, it's going to take Manchester United to win this league 25, 30 points. Say that. 90 plus points to win a league.
Yeah.
He's not taking us to that. He's not that good. I'm sorry. He's not prime Messi. He's not that guy.
He's a world-class striker.
He's a bottle job. At every stage,
here we
he's going to be a bottle job.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Bottle there against France. Sorry. Bottle there against Italy.
How are you doing this?
Bottled there in the Champions League. Bottled. There you go. There you go, Harry.
Don't do that.
Hello, Harry. Hi, Harry. Hello.
Again, you've shown your true colours, Nuradin. You've shown your true colours.
He's not.
You've shown his true colours now. Because what you've done again is, you've done this with Casemiro. You're doing this with every player that comes through the door. You're letting your agenda aside get in the way of your judgment, Nuradin. You can't do that, Nuradin. Harry Kane is a bona fide world-class striker. Forget everything else that's around him. Forget the fact that Tottenham are a bottle job team anyway, regardless of Harry Kane. Harry Kane coming to our squad improves us tenfold. To the point where we have more points on the board. He scores goals and we lack a goal scorer. Everything else around it, Ten Hag is trying to build. But what you're not trying to see is that Onana's come through the door. That's one piece there. Another piece is what he argues as Mason Mount is one piece over there. And Harry Kane is another piece to the jigsaw of what Ten Hag is trying to build. And for me, that is a big, big piece that we're missing. Pause. It's a big, big piece. You know, so you can't underestimate it, Nuradin. But let me just get through the summer super chats before I let you kind of come back on that one. V33 says, we needed Haaland, we went for CR7. With Hojlund now possible 30-year-old Kane, do you see history repeating itself? Commercial versus long-term purchase. Well, there you go, Nuradin. What do you want to be part of?
You're muted.
Long-term purchase. That's what I want.
Which you don't know what
I want a balanced football team. I want a balanced squad. That's what I'm here for. A balanced squad. I said I would take Harry Kane if a younger striker is signed, a midfielder or Casemiro sorted, and Manchester United get a centre half. I'm not spending 120 million on a 30-year-old. Sorry. You're only going to get worse as the years go on. You don't get better.
But wait, I have two questions now for you. Yeah? First of all, do you think we as a fan base or we as a club are patient enough to wait a few more years until Hojlund gets to that level? And then the second question is, wait, I forgot my second question. Right.
Manchester United.
You just see Man City win the treble.
Do you think with Harry Kane, Manchester United are going to win this league?
We'll challenge more than with Hojlund.
Right now, if only Harry Kane comes in right now,
I think so.
Right now,
honestly, I think
that's the window closed. That's this
We got
Manchester
But,
United
Hojlund.
squad.
but that's the, no wait. But
I'm
that's the
asking,
same thing.
I'm asking you the question.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
I'm asking you the question. Right now, only Kane comes in. That's
Yeah.
it. Is this team and squad challenging for the league next season?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the
I
thing
think
is,
so.
yeah,
I think Kane adds that. But wait, sorry. Can I just jump in one more?
Yeah, go on.
One more thing, because your point is basically you want Kane and then you want other players to come in. But you're the same person that doesn't have faith in the club that even if we get Hojlund, we're gonna get more players in the other positions that we need.
Exactly.
You're that same person that you don't believe that our club is capable of getting multiple players done for a good price. So why not get an A-lister now and then figure out later, or hope for the Hojlund thing, and then maybe get like an Amrabat and other players. You're that same person.
No, I'm the same person that lets the fans know that Manchester United are useless. There's not been a transfer window where Manchester United have gone out there and been efficient and acted like a football club.
Yeah.
Now, Eric Ten Hag is pushing really hard to try and to cover because we've got an unbalanced team. Manchester United should have had 5 players that go straight. Everybody agrees with me. Yeah. 5 players that go straight into that team and make some of the teams in 11 to become on the sub bench, and then could have got the rest of the people that are in the squad who he doesn't rate. At the end of the day, it's simple.
Do you know what the word challenge means, though?
Manchester United are not, I promise you, I'll be shouting it from the fucking rooftops. When I see, and I've seen teams who are ready to challenge for leagues. I'm older than both of you. I've seen Manchester United built as a football club where Fergie, genius, is getting a squad together to challenge. I knew like 2005, 6. I looked at the profile and the age of the Ronaldo, Rooney, all of the different kind of players and their profiles. And I thought, you know what? We just needed someone like Hargreaves. We need some strengthness in that midfield. We need Fergie plug the gaps. Manchester United go and win a double. Could have won the treble if he went for Bournemouth.
Yeah, but Fergie's a genius, though. I think it's
the point. What I'm saying to you, but every football club, Saeed, knows when you have the right balance in the team and squad. Manchester United at this moment in time have 13 players. 13 players they want to get rid of that they've told us. Harry Kane does not take Manchester United to a league. I don't know what you guys are smoking.
He doesn't. Though,
he'll get us close. We might challenge, but we ain't going to a league.
Again, so stop then. So stop. This is where you've gone wrong now. Stop right here. You've just said the word. No, but it's true though, because again now you're waffling. You've just said the word now. United challenge for the league. That's what I've just said all day. United challenge for the league. You are a challenger. Doesn't mean you're going to win it. Doesn't mean that you might not, get to that 3-4 points. But I'm saying challenge.
I said to you before, I asked the question before. Does he take us over 90? Does he get us 25 points? You said yes. That's the league title for me.
Yeah, you said
25 points is the league title.
But wait.
Let me ask a question though. When you look at a league title race, obviously Man City, we don't know what they're going to do now. But from where we were in terms of our season, is he going to significantly improve the points that we do? Okay, maybe I was exaggerating 25 points and whatnot, but it does give you another 10, 12 points that we never had from before. And I think there are a difference to kind of going from here to the next step. My kind of overarching point is Man United go from here to there. With Harry Kane, it does propel us from here to there. That is my overall point. And I'd be willing, if Man United had the money, to do that rather than what you said, is that bringing Hojlund, which I'm like, you're paying 60 million, but then you might not see it for a couple of years. So I'm just like, I want what's now. And you keep moaning about Man City doing what they're doing. I'm like, well, here's your player that might bridge the gap for a little bit.
You're muted again. You're
muted. Manchester City only buy players who have become part of their squad. Kovacic, the kid that they got, Kovacic. The guy they got, Kovacic, the guy that they got from Chelsea, is in their squad. He's the only 30. You tell me the last 30-year-old Man City signed, right? Manchester City signed prime players because they're building for the future, sustained domination.
Manchester United, they won a Kane last year.
And you know what? And you know what? And they're not going for Harry. And that's it. Like a big club, they were like, we ain't getting messed about. Like a big club, you know what they said? You know,
No,
like
no,
a
no, no,
big
no.
club,
That's why you're
like
wrong.
a big. No,
No, no,
let me
no.
finish. Like a big
What do you
club.
mean?
They
Let me
said,
correct you.
"See you
Let me
later.
correct
We're
you.
getting Haaland," and that's what they
No, no,
did.
no, no, Nuradin.
Yes,
This is where
they
you're
did.
wrong, man. Why do you do this, Nuradin? You make things just because of your argument. No, it's because Tottenham wanted 150 million. So what do Man City do? Like they do always, they walk away. That's what
Yeah, like
happened.
a big
Not that
club,
you.
like a big club. And then what did he do the next year? Sign probably one of the best strikers in world football, like a
No, but
big club.
no, but does it stop
Exactly.
the argument? No, but does it stop the idea that
They
Tottenham,
were like,
Man
they
City
looked
did
at him
one
and said,
hurricane?
150 for a ball job.
Nah, don't do that.
Nah,
Don't do that.
put it down.
Nah, leave my guy
Put
alone,
it
man.
down.
Nah,
Put
you're
it
making it
down.
Guys,
personal.
are you
Nah, you're
watching
making
this?
it
Guardiola,
Are
you
you
know what?
seeing this?
You know what?
You're
You know
making it
the
personal.
director, Man City directors looked at each other and went, they
Wait,
want us to pay 130, 50 for this ball job. Put him down.
Listen, you know
Get
what
me
it
a
is, yeah?
proper
Can
striker.
can I ask one question to both of you
Stop
each?
it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who
Can I
challenged for
just
the
read
league
super
last year?
chats there, Brian?
Yeah, go on, go on, go
Just
on.
gonna read the
Do that.
super chats quickly.
Yeah.
Smoky Setting says here, Hurricane's a model professional. What we're doing here, no way you can compare him to Ronaldo. And also here, big up to Mike. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Said just because Hurricane gets goals does not mean he makes us a better team. Also, Saeed, why do you keep saying we won trophies with Hurricane when there is no proof, club or country? First of all, Man United have won a trophy last year. Again, Ten Hag has proven it. He also got to us a final. If it wasn't for Man City,
And we
and obviously
bottled it. What did we do in the final? Bottle it. Cowards.
no, but he didn't.
But that wasn't a
Bottle
striker
the-
though.
Yeah, but we was also
No,
striker as
we
well.
didn't create
Again,
anything for
another thing.
anybody anyway. We didn't create
Hey.
nothing. We hardly created anything. So what's the point
Yeah,
of having a striker where we can't create jack?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, for me, though, I look at this team, Mike. I just want to quickly question before I get Brian's call. He
Yeah.
improves us significantly. We're underestimating the improvements of Harry Kane in this team. Like a lot of people might have, kind of looked at Van Persie and said, "Oh, he's injury prone and he won't be able to do anything at United." I remember that time when there was a few Arsenal fans of my friends here. They were like, "Yo, he's not going to be available. He's not going to be fit. Have you not seen him at Arsenal? His injury record?" And Fergie got him, and he was unbelievable. Won us the title. So let's not underestimate players. But Brian, go ahead, man, and please like the video. There's nearly 800 here, guys. Top level show. Please hit the like button. It's not hard to do it, man. Please hit the like button. But Brian, go on.
Nah, so I've got two questions here. First question: who, in your eyes, challenged for the league last year? I think it's two teams, but let's just say it out. Who challenged for the league last year?
It was Arsenal, United, and Man City. Sorry,
Arsenal and City. Yeah. When we look at this Arsenal squad, do we now think that they have a better squad than us? Yes or no?
Arsenal on the whole, have they got a better squad than us? I'd probably say yeah, because they're more in their rebuild in terms of Arteta's been there a bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. Yeah.
Well,
Arsenal, yeah. Because of the
Yeah, they
time
got
that the
better
managers
depth.
had on a training ground.
and what
Yeah.
did they miss last year?
They won jack.
They won nothing.
No, but what did they
Won
miss?
nothing.
What
What did
did
they
their
miss?
squad miss?
A centre half, another centre midfielder, a cover for Saka.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say a forward, but that's
Yeah,
me.
no, of course. Yeah, and a striker, yeah. And a
But
striker.
I
They
don't
want
think
just a striker.
I don't think they're better than us. If we're being honest, they're better than us. The football
No,
that
no,
they played,
the
they're
thing
better
is,
than
I
us. But I don't.
back my team. I back my team, and I think for me, overall, I can find ways where Man United would hurt Arsenal, etc., etc. But in terms of their squad, Arteta is kind of got them in a way where he's kind of a bit more kind of settled. Whereas Ten Hag, most
it's
of these
new,
are not
yeah.
his players, so we can't really. The thing is with Man United and Arsenal, we can't really kind of judge them together because one's in their process 3 years and one's kind of been here a year and a bit. So that's why I would say it's a bit unfair kind of judgment. But like I said, with me, when I look at the 11, I think United can match them if they bring in Harry Kane as well. Like that's why it's
That's
so.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Like,
I think
you know what I mean?
think
Like,
he
it's
is that
crazy.
player that can get us closer to both of those teams. Because I don't think the difference between Arsenal and Man United are that big. Maybe playing
not
style
big.
wise they're better, but I think Kane will give us that edge on Arsenal on that. Because I think Arsenal lacked a striker last year. I think if they have Kane last year, they will challenge more than they would have this season or last season.
Yep. That's again, like I said to you, they miss it again. Another reason, yeah. Listen, why Arsenal have not won the league, yeah. Yes, they bottled it, and yes, we can laugh at them and whatnot. Jesus, yeah, is he a prolific goal scorer?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Does he do the hard work and does he kind of whatever? I'm not saying Man City don't win the league, but I tell you what, if they had a prolific goal scorer, there were certain games where they drew. There were certain games where they couldn't kill off games. There were certain games where Jesus needed 1,000 shots to score a goal, and it was like, what's going on here? Like, if they get a better player and a better striker than Jesus, they might elevate another level. You know what I mean? So I just genuinely think for me, there's these key fine margins that you've got to take advantage of. And this is one of them. And I think Hojlund, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. And if he's going to be one for the future. But if United have that money and they can spend it, yes, I want two. But if the question is one or the other, that's where I think you were wrong, Nuradin, to say that you wanted Harry Kane, Hojlund over Harry Kane. And that's your opinion.
No, it's
but
not.
it's
Listen, you're misrepresenting me, right? I'll repeat for clarity, people.
Yeah,
I want a younger striker that I can see future with. I do not want somebody who's in their 30s or going to their 30s, and a player that I actually don't see, that's getting slower, and I see the positions he plays in Tottenham for Tottenham and for England when I watch them. He's not the guy fox in the box. Yes. Is he accurate left foot, right foot headering? Yes. Is he a fantastic world-class striker? Yes. But is he also a bottle job? Yes.
No.
Yes.
Just leave
I'm
that
sorry.
out, man. The last
I'm
part.
sorry.
I'm
sorry. Lesser players. Let me just tell people this. Let me just tell people this. Lesser players have won big trophies and come out and clutch in big moments for their clubs. Lesser teams than Spurs. So stop giving me, oh, it's because it's Spurs. No, it's for England as well. I'm saying this now. Do I want two strikers at Manchester United? Yes. Do I think it's embarrassing a club like Manchester United, and now Neil Ashton's briefing that they might play Sancho as a false nine, while the day before they're briefing all the similar journalists as well that how they want Sancho is on sale. So 1 minute, the day before it's on sale, Simon Stone, Tucker on the Telegraph, and now Laurie Whitwell is telling you, oh, maybe he can play as a false nine. Absolutely laughable. And this thing to point out this football club. At the end of the day, I'll accept Harry Kane when Manchester United plug the areas that we need, and everybody knows and understands. Last season, the top 10 teams in the league clapped us. We got touched up by the top team. Let me finish my point. And then what happened? Manchester United go into another season with no striker. That's
okay.
On this day, as we speak right now, we're going to be playing Real Madrid.
I'm going to put a scenario.
And we're going to be playing without a striker.
Scenario.
Now, Harry Kane on his by himself ain't taking Manchester. This is where you guys disagree. Harry Kane by himself ain't taking Manchester United to a title challenge. If you think he is, then I can't help you. That's just your opinion. And I've just got. And all I've got to do.
So why are you flip-flopping now?
No, I'm not. I said no. No, I said if Harry Kane.
Did he not say before that Man United can challenge for the title?
No. I said if Manchester United were to plug, if Manchester United go and get a Barella or a Casado and they get a big centre half, because we know what's going to happen with Varane. We're calling it here right now. Yeah, that Varane is going to go missing for 3 months or 4 months of the season, right? Yeah. So a centre half, a number 6, number 8, stroke number 8, and two strikers. Manchester United might have a squad that should challenge for the league.
Again,
should challenge for the
football
league.
Manager. Why are you playing?
No, I'm not playing football manager. Manchester United needed that. Ralph Ranieri told you Manchester United need 10 players. Last season, how many players did we get? Right? And Eriksen now, the guy that we signed on the free, he's become a bench guy.
That's good now. Yeah. That's what you want.
Yeah, because Mason Mount is in. So now Manchester United need to go upgrade and go and get a world-class centre midfield player and a world-class centre half. And then if Harry Kane comes in with another younger striker, Manchester United might challenge. Not till then, because with Harry Kane on himself, you ain't going nowhere anytime soon. I promise you. He might score goals, but you still got deficiencies in this football club and this football team.
Okay,
that's true. That's the truth.
You're scared.
And I always win, scared. And you know that. You know that. I always win. Always. I'm undefeated.
Yeah, but
we got Kane and
Martial. No. No, I'm not even going to do that. No. Why did you spoil it then, man? But let me ask you a question. So let's clarify, Nuradin, yeah? Let's clarify something, yeah? You do not believe here, so I don't want to misquote you. You don't believe that Man United, with Harry Kane in the helm as a striker, would not propel Manchester United to challenge for the league. Is that what you're trying to say, basically?
Not Harry Kane
Yeah?
on himself.
No.
No, not Harry Kane alone.
Okay.
No chance.
Okay,
No
okay.
chance.
How about if I give you a different scenario here? We find some player sales, we get Amrabat, and then we also get Harry Kane as well. Would that not be a situation where United could challenge for the league, which again can happen? So you don't believe that's possible?
No, not with just Amrabat. No, I've been going into a bit of deep dive actually, and I had a Fiorentina fan on last night on
Yeah,
the
the one I
podcast.
rattled yesterday.
Yeah. Less so. And I said it there and then. He said in his first year when he came into it, to adapt to the Serie A took him time. So me, he's a player that is ready now. Get Casado, get a centre half with Harry Kane and Hojlund. United will challenge for a league. I expect that squad to challenge for the league then, but not now. I'm sorry, not just with Harry Kane and Amrabat. Manchester United with Amrabat and Harry Kane are not challenging for no league. I'm not my words.
That's wild, man. Again, it doesn't mean United are going to win it. It doesn't mean United are going to get close. It just means at the start of the season,
What a title
you know,
challenge means to me. You know what a title challenge to me? The last 2 weeks of the season, you're still in it with a shout. Mathematically. That's what a league title. That's what a challenge seems to me. That's what mathematically you could still, you know what I mean? Mathematically it's possible. Last 2.5 weeks of the season. That's what a league title challenge seems to me. Not you're there and then you bottle it. You're all fatigued because he's playing 11 players to death, and you're all fatigued and you fall off like we did from February onwards. We fell off at February onwards. And just because you see a little bit of pre-season game against Arsenal, we're all thinking, oh yeah, maybe we could challenge for a league title. We just got Harry Kane.
No. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Again, you're putting words into people's mouths. You know what I mean? You're trying to spin it. Come on, man, Nuradin, man. I think ultimately, United this season, I just think with Harry Kane, it's a different feeling. Everybody gets that different feeling, and it's natural. I think it's a world-class striker. Like what did I again? United might have lost that league title to Man City on that last day of the season. It was heartbreaking, but you know what? The impact that Van Persie gave that Man United team, and that's a Man United.
You were
team,
already winners mentality.
Winners mentality. But they also had Anderson in that midfield. They also had a 39-year-old Giggs. They also had Cleverly in that midfield.
Winners.
I get that.
Week in, week out, winners.
I understand.
And what do we have now? Bottle jobs. We're gonna add another bottle job. You already got bottle jobs. You're gonna add another bottle job.
That's Saeed.
What are we doing, Saeed? I swear to God. Now, Saeed, if he said to me, adding Harry Kane to those winners, 100%. If you got me that team right now, and magically we could play a game, right? And we could replace the 39-year-old Ryan Giggs up cleverly with Fergie set up, with all of that. I promise you, with Harry Kane, then I would think, yeah, because then I know they're league title winners, multiple league title winners, Champions League finalists. That team mentality, different kettle of fish to these bottle jobs. I saw again Luke Shaw like the shit bag he is, running back scared against Saka, and it's even fucking pre-season. Even in a pre-season.
It's his first game. I want the mistakes to happen there, not when the game happens. So I'm going to let him off for the mistakes.
Embarrassment, that guy. I swear to you. You might as well get on the bench and be a centre half, because that's where you look good.
Maybe he is a centre half.
You're a shit bag.
Well, I think against Saka as well, he just gets toasted, man. I don't know what it is with Saka, man.
He's
he
scared.
Just always seems to get. He's scared, yeah. I think he's scared, man, of Saka, man. And he's a guy that is meant to be his best mate, man. I don't know why he's scared, man. He should be knowing what his game is and understanding that. So I don't know, man. It's a bit of a weird one. So you can only hope that, he gets, when we play Arsenal in August, there ain't none of that anymore. So yeah, man. But Martial one. The injury is that they're gonna look out for him and make sure will only select Ten Hag when he's convinced of his form. That's the briefing there, Brian. Your boy Martial will only play when he's convinced of his form, man. You know what, man? I don't know what we're doing here. It's a ticking time bomb, man. You might as well just get rid of him, man. I mean, like honestly, like I don't know why we're keeping Martial for another season. It don't make sense. But again, we need Saudi Arabia to come and help out one time. But Brian, man, your guy, he doesn't have no value, doesn't have no injury record, doesn't work for him. His availability doesn't work for him.
Yeah.
You know, it's just talent, but nothing else. Really.
Nah, but we got a new doctor in it, so maybe this season he'll shine for us. But I think the reason why you want to keep Marcel there as well is because the same thing why what Nuradin said as well is that you need depth, and if you only get Kane, if you only get Hojlund, there's only one striker there at the club, so you keep him there as a contingency plan. If you can get both of the strikers, then it would make sense. If you can sell Marcel, then it would make more sense to get both strikers. But for now, get one striker in. See how the window moves. If you can get another striker in, then obviously you get both, and then it's time for him to go. But it makes sense to keep him around because you don't know what's going to do with him. And the same thing with Rashford. We don't want to see him out. We don't want to see him through the middle, or I don't want to see him through the middle. Same thing with Sancho now that we're trying. So just keep him there until we can get two good strikers in, and then it's time for him to move out. But you can't move him out too soon, and then we don't have a striker. We've seen last season where even when Martial wasn't fit and we played with Weghorst or with Rashford in the number 9 position, we weren't as great. When he played, we looked better. So just keep him there until we get two strikers, and then he can move on.
Yeah.
You're
When
muted.
was the FA Cup final? When was the FA Cup final? Can I
End
remember
of season.
the date?
May.
When was it? What was the date?
June
May?
June 4th, June 6th. It was
June
late,
the
innit?
3rd. It was June the 3rd, wasn't it?
Yeah.
June the 3rd.
Yeah.
So now we're what? July the what?
24th.
No. He didn't play FA Cup. You guys.
So he didn't play. So he was injured a week before.
Yeah, it was.
So he was injured at the end of May.
Fulham, innit? Fulham. Yeah.
Yeah. So he got injured at Fulham.
Yeah.
So that's May. So June, July, nearly July. Hamstrings usually take 6 to 8 weeks.
Depends on which ones though. I've had hammies where I was five months out. So depends on
with Martial, you have to triple that, man.
Yeah. Depends on how big
with Martial,
man. And I think he
it's not even about the injury. Yeah, it's not even about the injury. It's the fact that you have to wait until he rehabilitates. And one thing that you've always thought about, Nuradin, is that maybe he doesn't do his rehabilitation well. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't.
No, it's about his lifestyle. It's about your lifestyle. It's about your lifestyle for me. One thing to me, because if you're a young player, I understand because you're overexcited. Everything's new to you. You're not as mature. You're not as
27, 28 now.
Yeah. In 27, 28, if you don't know about your body, if you don't know, and you know what now, sports science, Brian will tell you, Brian is recovering from injury right now, yeah? Right? And Brian is playing amateur football, am I guessing, yeah? You play amateur level football, right?
Yeah.
And you know about how much the sports science is advanced, and I'm sure you're getting advice from physios, from people, like what to do, what to eat, all of the different kind of things, how to aid speedy recovery from your injury. At the top professional level, for me, when you're 27 years old, 27 years old, you should have enough life experience to go out there and examine every aspect of your body. What are you doing for your body to be breaking? Now, there are players who are just like everybody else. Certain people are more prone to certain diseases, or, you know what I mean, certain like medical conditions, not just disease, but medical conditions. Like everybody's different. Now, if he's got, like, for example, Aguero is a classic example, yeah? Aguero, because of his body makeup, right? His body makeup, because he was stocky as hell, too many because of his height and what his muscles were, that he would get a lot of injuries. Ryan Giggs, when he first burst into the scene at Manchester United, why? Because he used to drive too many Ferraris, too many Porsches, right? And a lot of his hamstrings injuries. But then what did Ryan Giggs do, Saeed? One of the first to ever do yoga.
What do you call it? Yeah.
You know, they used to do that exercise in the swimming pool. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, yoga and the kind of like, I know what you mean.
Yeah, pool work. Pool work. Pool aerobics, whatever it was, right?
Water aerobics.
Ryan Giggs, right? Let me just tell a story.
Ryan Giggs also driving his brother's wife. That's funny.
Wow.
that was funny.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was funny.
That's wild.
Keep
liking the video, people. Keep liking the video.
Hydrotherapy. There we go, Yafu. Big up Yafu. Hydrotherapy.
280 likes. Wow.
Yeah. Listen, there's a true story. Roy Keane told the story. He went, right? This is how they became obsessed. Right? So this is the levels. Roy Keane and, because Italians are the best, by the way, in terms of conditioning, in terms of what to put in your body, the level of the different types of tests they do, Italy is advanced. In sports science, Italy is advanced. They went to see the specialist in Italy. He put them on a diet. You know, their body fat went down to lowest. Roy Keane talks about it, the lowest he's ever had. He goes, I thought you meant we're on a fast. We thought we could drink and stuff. He was like, no. He put us on a proper fast. So that's what I'm talking about. To me, it shows you your mental kind of priority. What is your priority?
Yeah.
For example, Diego Dalot, I know this for a fact, Diego Dalot was getting some injuries through his youth, yeah? My guy went to China.
Yeah.
My guy went to China, looked at Chinese alternative medicine. He's playing, yeah. He might get injuries. Now, as a footballer, Saeed, there are impact injuries that you get. So impact injuries is what you get from other people physically damaging you. But what every injury about Martial is his body's breaking down. And that to me is something about his sleep, his diet. And you know that I'll give the perfect example in terms of a high-level athlete. Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy.
Novak was getting bare injuries, was not playing as well as he did, went and did all these tests. You know what he found out? That he's allergic to, I think, gluten. He's gluten-free. He found out all of these different things. He transformed. And now the science is so good, Saeed, that they can tell
he's playing ridiculous. At 36, he's playing ridiculous tennis. 5 hours every time. Like, he's ridiculous. And he's not kind of almost like slowing down, which is crazy, man. United Nate TV says here, on what Nuradin's saying, I agree. Sancho scored one good goal. He's cooking. These weak mentality players need to be sniped. Martial can't stay fit. Yeah, I think 100%, man. We need them to be consistent, man. I mean, especially with Sancho as well, man. Big season ahead, man. He looks a bit more explosive, Nuradin, though. I don't know if you guys see. Looks a bit more leaner. Looks a bit more hungrier. Looks a bit more kind of like, last season he scored goals, but he didn't play, I don't think, this kind of way. At least this season, he looks like he's maturing into the game that Ten Hag wants. You know what I mean? Like, with Oli, it was different. Like, it was vibes, innit?
I've been there before. Pre-season Pirlo, and shall I say? I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not going to say
his explosiveness, though. His explosiveness wasn't there, though. And I feel like you've seen a bit.
Listen, against Arsenal in that first half, I've seen him making sprints. I've seen him putting his body. One of my biggest pet hates about him is that for a technically gifted cage footballer, he never knows how to buy fouls. He gets easily dispossessed. But against Arsenal, I saw him putting his body in there, put his body in front. Brian, you know that when you get coached from early, that is, use your body. They're the person to get the ball of you. They have to foul you. That is what I am thinking about him. So, and then I also see him sprinting back and try to win the ball back. So to me, I ain't getting giddy. I ain't getting excited. 14th of August, we shall all see. When he comes on, or if he starts after the season, we'll make the judgment, because I ain't getting giddy over a pre-season. I ain't getting giddy whatsoever. I've been there, done that.
Freddie's asking, where does Sancho start? Sancho is a rhythm player. He needs games. Well, I don't think that right-hand side is locked in, man. I think the left-hand side is locked for Rashford, but I don't think the right-hand side is locked in for anybody, man. Anthony's he's not really done anything to kind of say to me he's locked in. Ahmad unfortunately got an injury. He's not.
So Saeed, you're not going to back your manager then, but that's your manager's boy, and he's not going to drop him. He bought him for 80 million. So you don't back the manager. You're not backing the manager, Saeed. You're not backing your manager, are you? You're being negative.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what we're doing, man. But no, what I'm trying to say, is that
I'm not backing shit. If I go to Old Trafford and I see Anthony doing the same shit he did last season, get the fuck off the fucking football pitch. Get the fuck off the football pitch. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. So these fake positivity crew, toxic positivity crew, come at me all day, any day you want. And by the way, Eric Ten Hag has to lie in his bed this season and be judged, because he's made his bed, he's going to lie in it. And you know what? Last season, I was ignoring a lot of things because I'm like, it's his first season. It's different. Area difference. It's different. Next season, ain't going to get that, mate. He ain't going to get that. I'm sorry.
No.
And if I see the same shit, if I see the same shit of that not passing the ball from Anthony and going for these fucking speculative shots, you know, one of the biggest things when you coach, honestly, Brian will tell you, right? When I was doing my coaching, teaching young kids, when I did my coaching level 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
We're teaching youngsters how to disguise their shots. You know, when you do the shooting drills, they tell you,
Yeah, of course.
what they say to young people is that what's the word? Don't telegraph your movement in terms of the way you're going to strike the ball, because goalkeepers, the way the goalkeepers are coached is to anticipate your body shape, where your foot is when you're about to take the shot, to anticipate that.
Yeah.
So I have never seen a player professionally telegraphs where his shots are going to go more than any other guy. Now, Messi used to do it, but you know one thing about Messi? He used to put them at the back of the net, and no goalkeeper can do anything about it. Ronaldo, exactly, left foot, right foot, no one can do anything about it because the shots were so good. Anthony,
no, you're right.
Telegraphs all day. All day he's telling you. I'm in the stands and I'm like, the keeper can see that. Their defense can see that. What are you doing?
He's one-footed as well, so you know where he's going anyways.
Yeah, he's one-footed as well, and that's another thing as well. He doesn't stop the attacks, but he kind of hinders it a little bit, man. He needs to just release that ball quickly. But I think for me, as much as like I said to you, I doubt him, I still think he's got the attributes to play in the Premier League. I think he's got that PMP nature. I think he's the fact that he's quick. He listens to the manager. He works in the system. I think there's still positive signs. It's just kind of just polishing you know what I mean? Like polishing his all-round game. If he can do that and be more quick, understanding, intelligent, I just think sometimes, you know what I mean? Like you can teach that, man. I think you can teach that. And Rashford is a big example of last season how he was just transformed by Ten Hag. You know, Brendan McCarthy. He's got to learn though. I think sometimes though, Anthony, he thinks he's better than what he is though. Like, relax, humble yourself. You ain't better than what you are. Learn. You ain't no Ronaldinho. You ain't no Brazilian. Like, he's not even really a Brazilian kind
don't
of
do that.
footballer.
He's silky, bro. You should have seen him
But let me be real. I don't think he is. I don't think he's that Robinho kind of type. He's off the new era of Brazilians.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fine.
think he's off the. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. He's more the Dutch. Look at the way he's been allowed in the Dutch league to play in that system. He has learned under that. But would I say he's traditional Brazilian winger? I don't think so for me. But then just be Anthony. Like, don't be like some of you lot. Just be Anthony, do direct, and be consistent. And I think for me, I don't care about, you know, I mean, everything else. If you're
How many goals did he score last season? How many goals?
He got, I think he got 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Altogether,
the biggest thing for me is that, you know, when he goes for the wide bending shot, you know, that curler, I'm like, why don't you go for the near post? Remember Wayne Rooney? Do you remember Wayne Rooney when he first? Rooney always used to be, because that looks better on the camera angles and on your highlights. No, Wayne Rooney started going for the near post. Keep the goalkeepers guessing where you're going.
Yeah,
that's what frustrates me about it. But he's young. He has got the dog in him, 100%.
He has got the dog in him.
Last season, for me, some of his best games were on what he was doing off the ball.
Yeah,
and modern football, that's as important as it is when you're on the ball. But he needs to get better. He needs to get better playing in a transition quickly, especially if Ten Hag is saying now, that's our tactics. Manchester United tactics for next season is transitional play. What you need then, you need switched on players who release the ball.
Good luck, guys, by the way. Good luck, man. Good luck with that, man. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of them where I'm going to tolerate it, but it's for me, I wanted a bit of control and possession. But listen, we're back the manager. That's what we're going to do. Let's go, man, this season. But
Brian,
guys,
what position do you play, by the way? Let me just ask Brian what position he plays.
I'm a 9 by trade, but because of my height, I play left wing.
On your right, coming in on your right, yeah?
Yeah, coming on my right, yeah.
So Sancho ain't got nothing on Brian. Get that. Let it be known, people. Sancho ain't got nothing on it.
By the way, Marcel Sabitzer has gone to Dortmund for 90 million euros.
Good luck.
Wow, 90 million euros. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a lot of money.
I would have liked him, but the guy came with injury prone, and I can't have you having 3 different injuries in a 6-month loan. Sorry. Ta-da.
Yeah. Ta-da, to me, to you. But now, listen, we're going to wrap it up here, man. It's been a very, very good show, a lively show, to say the least, man. Bloody hell, man. For those that are watching, apologies about the noise, but that's what it does on this Straightjacket podcast. I hope you guys are liking the video. I don't think we've even hit... we've not even hit 300 likes, I think, and
Do
we've
you know
been
that people
here.
are passionate about football? Of
Yeah,
their
that's
football opinion.
I love it. I
It's
love it. I love
passion.
it. Bring it.
Guys, yeah, man, guys, make sure you like the video. There's not even 400 likes, and we've had over 800 here throughout the whole video. So please hit
Absolute
that like
tight.
button.
They're absolute
Yeah.
joke, those lot.
One of the Glazers, mate. Tighter than the Glazers, man. It's one of them, man. But no, I appreciate it, Brian. It's been a pleasure, man. Big up to you for coming on, man.
Now, big up to you, man. Bring Harry Kane in it. Bring Harry Kane, and yeah, make sure you follow the
Harry
channel.
Kane.
BSD20 UK. I'm there. Still not uploads, but we're coming soon.
Big up,
Come
man.
on, man. Big up to you. Big up to Brian, as usual. Big up to Aaron. Aaron's in the Euro under
19.
21?
On the
Under
19.
19
Under 19.
women's.
Yeah.
Women's,
man.
yeah. So big up to
Oh,
Aaron.
shout out
That's why
Aaron,
he's
man.
not here.
Announcer. Amazing. Using
Yeah.
the language skills,
Yeah, man.
Ladies
Shout out
and
to Aaron, man.
gentlemen. Oh, that's
Come
his
on, man.
nickname
That's
now.
what we love to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron.
Ladies and gentlemen. Now, big up Aaron, man. He's smashing it out there. So big up to you. And Nuradin, we're going to be live over your channel as well.
Yeah,
Make
we're
sure you
doing
tune
a
in.
player profile on Hojlund. We're looking at player profile on Hojlund, and we're going to talk about the youngster who Dan Kerr, who signed his
Dan
contract.
Kerr,
The young,
Reece Bennett.
talented. Yeah.
My guy Reece Bennett, he's signed a new deal as well. So yeah, man, a couple of youngsters have signed a deal. So big up to everybody here. Smash the like button on the video, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the best of the rest show. We're out.